right now, it's going to be information about an upcoming event called Sunday Funday, and Adam Kingston is with us from the Battle Creek Community Foundation. Good morning, Adam.
Hey, Tim. Always good to see you.
Yeah, you too. And you've brought a couple of people from the Sunday Funday committee that's organizing it. Kelly McCafferty, good morning.
Good morning.
And also Allie Graham, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it is great to have you all here today to tell us about Sunday Funday. Now, is this a brand new thing or a thing that kind of has been in the works? What is it?
Well, Sunday Funday, this is our second year having this event. So it's basically just a free carnival-style event for families in Battle Creek. And it's going to be held on September 1st this year from 1 to 4 p.m.
So that's actually the day before Labor Day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Labor Day's early this year.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's just first Monday. Yeah, it is the first Monday of September, and this year it falls on like the 2nd or something. So, wow. So what was this like an alternative or just to make the Labor Day weekend bigger, or for people who can't do it something on Labor Day? What's the deal?
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. We wanted to create an equitable event for everyone here in Battle Creek, and so by doing that, we wanted to provide a free event for people who may not be able to travel for a Labor Day weekend. So, and it's also to kind of kick off the school year, but unfortunately for this year, a lot of schools are starting way earlier, so it's kind of like a start to the school year as well now, but last year it was before school started.
We were just talking about that, all of a sudden, well, for a while there, they were trying to make all schools start after Labor Day, basically so that we could squeeze more vacation dollars out of families and for our tourism industry. But a lot of schools have just applied for, hey, we'd like to start early, and I guess they just let them. And so now almost all of them are. Yeah. So, yeah, we're about, 3 weeks away from school? You guys are Harper Creek seniors?
Yes.
So do you know the date?
August 21st.
Yeah. See?
It's creeping up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's oh, man. So, all right. So where's this going to be, this event?
The event is actually held in Millrace Park, right downtown, right across from the WK Kellogg Foundation.
Okay.
So it's a really great space, and it's, again, like a free event open to everyone, and it really hosts all the carnival style stuff, and we got a stage, and we got some vendors for food too, and yeah.
Well, it's going to be great. I love seeing a bunch of people come downtown. And we were just talking about this yesterday. The Pokemon craze here, which reached its peak a couple of summers ago, I guess. But, I was sitting down at Clara's on the river with some friends outside there, listening to music there, right along the linear pathway in the Battle Creek River. There were 1,000 people down there. And, a lot of them were just stumbling along looking at their phones, but a lot of them, would stop and we would talk to them over the fence, and it was people we knew that hadn't seen in a while, or, like my friend's nephew, or, the guy that works at the nursing home where my friend's mom is, and it was just so cool to bring a bunch of generations together and a bunch of people who really, either didn't know each other or hadn't seen each other. And so it's great. This event will kind of do that, won't it? It'll bring the community downtown to share.
Yeah, and there's so much going on downtown Battle Creek right now that I think when these guys are part of the Youth Alliance Committee through the Battle Creek Community Foundation, and when they're planning events, I think they're probably exposed to downtown Battle Creek more than a lot of youth in the community. But how can we bring youth and families downtown? Obviously, Heritage Tower, the Milton is happening right now, the Record Box Project. There's so much going on. Let's get people downtown. Let's provide a free, fun event. Feed people, get some live music downtown. And another really neat part about this event is it's totally planned and led by youth. So they control all the dollars, and they plan the event, bring the music in, contact the vendors, and do it all. So,
well, tell us a little bit more about this Youth Alliance Committee. How often do you meet? Do you talk about other stuff, and how many students are on that?
So we're a youth grant making committee, and we're represented by all the area schools. There's about 35 people on the committee right now, and so we're a grant making committee. We give dollars to nonprofits that affect youth in our community, as well as planning some events for youth to be a part of and really like experience the like businesses downtown.
So how does it work then? Somebody has an idea, that idea gets kind of hashed out a little bit, and then you go to the foundations and say, hey, how about funding this? Is that kind of how
That's
it
a
works?
simplified way, totally, yeah.
All right, then. So how many other things are being worked on at the same time besides Sunday Funday?
Well, we actually have some really great events coming up. We have we will be having a bowling event during winter break this year, and this is going to be another great opportunity for youth, but it's going to be a little bit different this time. It's going to be bowling with Battle Creek police officers, so that's going to help bridge the gap between the police in Battle Creek and also the youth, and that was funded through a grant from the Battle Creek Police Department. So that will be coming up this winter break. And then we also have our rink event, which we hold every year. That was like our first event, and it's basically we provide free skating at the rink for youth, and that's always been a great hit, and everybody loves it. That's like our kind of claim to fame right there. But yeah, and then we also have a movie in the park. So that's downtown at Festival Market Square, and we just show a movie for free. People can come and bring their blankets, and we provide popcorn and vendors, thanks to BC Boosters, and yeah, and everyone just comes and has a great time. So we're always trying to create new ideas and new events, always.
You guys seem pretty passionate about it.
Yeah,
sure.
Totally.
Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty rewarding being on this committee. I still can't picture how 35 people can come to any consensus or get anything done. Does somebody rule with an iron fist or what?
We do. We have an executive board, so they kind of lead the meeting, but all decisions we make are basically just a general group consensus. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, because then you'll learn how to work together, and maybe you'll be running the city government here one of these days.
We'll see.
Yeah. And I love the idea of the police grant. I know Chief Blocker, like many police chiefs, they see the value of people getting to know police officers.
Yes.
You hear these stories, you see these videos going viral where the cops walking his beat and all of a sudden start shooting baskets with somebody in the neighborhood, and I think that means so much, because, we're all people. We all, want the community to be better. And so what a great idea that is. We're talking about Sunday Funday. This is an initiative that will give people something extra to do. The Youth Alliance Committee has put this together for September 2nd. So it's kind of a Labor Day thing. And Allie and Adam and Kelly are all here to tell us more about that. So day before Labor Day, Sunday afternoon, noon to 5. What are we going to see when we get down there to Millrace Park?
So it's actually going to be on September 1st, from 1 to 4. Sorry.
There's a misprint on
misprint. It happens.
And you know what? I pasted that up your Facebook page. So I'm going to check that out.
No worries. So last year we had a really great turnout at Millrace Park. There's going to be a lot of carnival games there, a lot of free prizes kids can win or families can win. There's going to be live music, so we're going to be announcing the band soon. So follow our Facebook event page at Sunday Funday, and we'll be announcing everything there.
How many bands do you think?
Just one.
Okay.
But we'll be having a DJ as well. So.
All right.
Yeah, and it's going to be just a lot of free food as well. We're having local vendors come in and provide free food for families. So it's basically just a ticket system. You get a ticket, you go up to a vendor, you pass the ticket to the vendor, and then they will provide you with the food that they will be bringing in. So we'll have a lot of great local vendors.
How does that work? Does the grant cover their expenses, or?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when you guys put the grant together, food's part of that, the band's part of that.
Yes.
And you put together a price tag and take it to the Battle Creek Community Foundation, or is it always the Battle Creek Community Foundation, or are there other foundations involved?
So this event is actually funded by a local donor. So not through the community foundation. So these guys, along with the help of some committee members, actually put together a grant proposal. So typically they're reviewing grants. This one they actually wrote to a local donor, and this was funded along with a couple other events. So it's cool to be on the receiving end.
Yeah. So an anonymous donor, is it?
For right now, yeah. All
Well, at some point, we'd like to know who to thank.
Sure.
But if they would rather stay anonymous, we understand. It sounds great. Now, who is invited to this event?
Everyone and anyone in Battle Creek can come. It is open to absolutely everyone, and it's awesome that it's right downtown. So it's really, for a lot of people, it is accessible to get to. It's really just open to everyone. So we have cost isn't a barrier, and basically families can just come out, bring whoever, have a great time, enjoy some good food.
How often does the Youth Alliance Committee meet?
We meet once a month, the first Sunday of every month.
Oh, first Sunday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you meet?
At the Battle Creek Community Foundation.
All right. So that must be a crowd, 35 people.
We all sit at one boardroom, and we just it gets crowded in there.
We're gonna need to knock down some walls.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll write a grant for that.
Yeah.
Well, do people on the committee actually write grants and you learn how to do that, or there's people that assist you that are experts in that? How does that work?
So at the core, YAC reviews grants from nonprofit organizations that write grant proposals to them. I think throughout that process, though, when you read grants and you kind of understand them more, we work a little bit on grant writing. So as Ali explained, the Pins and Police event, which doesn't have a date yet, but a collaboration with the Battle Creek Police Department, that was actually a burn grant that was written to the police department by these guys and some others that was funded. So we've actually been doing a lot more grant writing in the past couple of years. Typically, we review a lot more than we write, but doing a little bit of both. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so are there new ideas being tossed around right now by the committee that, aren't on the table yet, but are, just in the works?
We actually just got our fresh members, so for our upcoming year. So we don't know what ideas are going to be in store for us this year. So maybe we will have a new event in the next year or two. So we'll see.
Next week is our annual Yak retreat. So we'll spend 2 days and a night at Camp Mishawanda near Hastings. And so these guys will build their year out, decide what events they want to do. And so we'll probably have some fresh ones for you after that.
Yeah.
So it's like a weekend retreat?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, and then you kind of get to know each other a little bit too.
Yeah.
So it's easier to work together.
Yeah, it's neat. One of the cool things about the program is you're bringing together high school students from multiple high schools in Battle Creek who may have seen each other, might know of each other, but really when you bring all these schools together, you break down some of those stereotypes and you do some team building and really form those bonds. It's really important and key for us when you're talking about really sensitive subjects and grants and in the community being able to trust each other. So we use the summer to build those relationships, and then once September hits, we're pretty comfortable with one another, and it allows us to plan some of these events.
Yeah, that's great. I'm big on similarities instead of differences, and if you don't know anybody from Marshall, it's like, it's people from Marshall.
I grew up there. I know all about it.
Yeah.
Those people.
Oh, for you? Yeah, so it's those people from Harper Creek. But then you all of a sudden get in a retreat or you get in a boardroom talking about stuff, and you start to realize that you got a lot of similarities and you got a lot of common goals. Everybody kind of wants the same thing, and all of a sudden some of the BS gets kind of swept aside.
That's right.
At least that's what our hope is. Well, and that's what events like this do for the whole community. Bring everybody together and maybe get to know each other, have a little bit of fun, and take advantage of the beautiful things that we have downtown, and take a little pride in our community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for organizing it. Now we've got exactly a month from today.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Goodness.
Yeah, Sunday, September 1st, noon to 5 down at Mill Race Park. So we'll have to have somebody check in and remind us about the details here, between now and then, once we get a little bit closer, maybe the week before or something, and you can tell us who the band's going to be and what the food is and all that stuff.
We'll be sure to follow up.
All right. Adam Kingston from the Community Foundation, Kelly McCafferty, and also Allie Graham from Harper Creek, part of the Youth Alliance Committee that's putting all this together. Sunday Funday. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.